Dear Dear diarrhea, diary full of shit. Just by me myself and I, no one else. You know, so legit. I'm gonna make a folder, and it's gonna call. I'm gonna call it, AIBS or whatever. I don't know. I'll think of something, and I'm gonna post stuff in there that's AI. And I've nobody's gonna know. I've said this before. Nobody's gonna know what's real anymore, and I think it's gonna. People aren't going to look at things and assume that things are actually happening. It's going to be the opposite. They're going to look at everything and assume everything is fake. Um, and a lot of it's kind of funny. These animals, trick or treating, and it's kind of funny. The bears and alligators, and they react stupid, and shit, Mister, I'm doing my laundry, so I'll be right there. um, and yeah, that's just what's up. You'll see. You can laugh. It's okay. So, I notice I got 2 views on my thing. Probably Mrs. Butthead and Kleebear. Hopefully. Not Mrs. Butthead and the Gweed. Or Fucko twice, or some mousy chick. The mousy chick. Ooh. They probably get together once a week and listen to my videos. They drink wine, and they range anywhere in age from, the youngest one is probably 19. The oldest one is probably I got like boogers in my throat. Is probably like 57. A cougar or whatever. And they just get together and talk about what they do to me and how they do it. Who could love me up the best, who could cuddle me up the best, who could fuck me up the best, and all that, sex me up and rub me down and up and down and back and forth and all around. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm flattered. I know they're out there. I know they exist. That's what happens. And they, go to other people's houses, And the 19-year-old is probably living in an apartment or whatever, But there's probably about 7 of them, and some of them are married, some of them are divorced. So they kind of got to be kind of sneaky. They put me up on the TV, just a black screen, and they just, mm-hmm. So, and Mrs. Butthead and Kleebear probably do that too. Because, Kleebear is like, hoes before bros, she respects her friends' wishes. Married placeholder, but you can't have him. Bitch. So, what else was I gonna say? Hang on, let me go to. Go hug your mom. Why? Why not? Okay.
Dad told me to come give you a hug.
Oh, see the girls when they're drinking their wine, just like all together, just like, oh, I wish I had a man who would do things like that. Seems like there was something else I was gonna say. What? I must think. What's the AI thing? Shit. AI. Getting caught up on YouTube videos, watching me some Mr. Pellet. Oh, that's yeah, the red counter video. I had mentioned it before. I think I put it in the funny shit or something. I don't remember. But I've noticed a pattern, and I think that's probably legit, maybe. But these, hood rats, they crumple their money up in, a ball, and they're always in there buying, chips and junk food and whatnot. And they just throw their, $3 on the counter, and they're always short, money, and they're just like, make it work. That's all I got, And sometimes the guy's funny, like if it's $2, but they only have $1, and they're buying a pop, he'll, open the pop and pour half of it in a cup, and he's like, well, you only got $1. One guy said something about a bag, put it in a bag, and he opens the pop and dumps it in the bag. And this has happened a few times where the guy, they walk up to the counter and they're like, this one's half drank, half empty. Can I keep it? I'll take it off your hands, and they'll bring back, a bag of chips and be like, yo, I bought this like 10 minutes ago, and when I opened it, it was, empty. They're just these stupid, ridiculous, attempts at getting their money back or something stupid, and, they always want, like a bag, even if it's just like one thing, and a straw, if they're buying pop. And I think the reason they're doing that, and it's weird, the guy keeps the straws behind the counter, probably because somebody would just take all the straws, because it's, just hood rat garbage mentality, you know. Do you need a straw? You know, and it's like, gimme, you know, for all the, you know, money that they're spending, you know, it's like, hey, you got a straw? Damn right, I'll take a bag. You got any plastic forks back there? You know, and it's just like, I think that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? They're trying to get as much stuff as they can. You know, so it's just stupid, stupid, stinking thinking. You know, poop mentality from poop people. And that's just the way it is, you know. It's stereotypical, I guess, but you know, stereotypes do exist for a reason. I used to have a bumper sticker on my old truck that said, "Stereotypes make life easier." But I saw a comment once, you know, it was something about, you know, not judging people a book by its cover, and the top comment was, "I've judged books by their covers my whole life, and it has served me well." Yeah. That's the way it goes. You know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. No, words hurt. Words kill. Words destroy. You know, all this happy ass fairy tale horse shit, you know. No, what goes around comes around. No, not really, you know. They're only an asshole because they hate themselves and they're projecting. No, they live awesome lives. They have lots of friends, lots of money. They do cool shit. They're just assholes because they're assholes. So, anyway. I guess, what else did they do that was kind of funny? They throw the like bags of chips on the counter and they slide across and land on the floor. It's funny. The guy, you know, he if they get need change, you know, he'll wad up the money and give it back to them that way. Or they put the the stuff right on the edge of the counter, and he'll put it right on his edge. It's funny. Go check it out. Don't think about it. Just do it. So, go hug your mom. Go pick her some flowers. It's just to be nice. Just random acts of kindness. See, right now, all of those, you know, the mousy chicks listening in, they're just like, oh, you know, one's probably fanning herself. Oh, ladies, if y'all weren't in the room right now, I would be servicing myself, you know, or whatever, you know. Oh, that man. Oh. So, yeah. And the 19-year-old, you know, it's like she's secretly like, I'm gonna make him mine. You ladies, I mean, we're all, this is cool what we do once a week and stuff, but y'all are kind of fucking pathetic. I'm gonna make that man mine, you know, someday. So, yeah, it's good to be the king, I guess. Guess that's all I gotta say, but yeah. Bake some cupcakes and take them to your mom. Just walk in there and give her one. You know? Oh, take this frog to her. Yeah. Put it in your pocket and say, I got something for you. And there you go. Frogs are good because they can't get away. You know what I mean? If you catch one of those lizards or a mouse or one of them field mice or whatever. They're, oh, I forget what they're called. They're basically big mice. They look like big mice. You catch one of those, and then it's loose in the house. You know, so it's like, no, don't do that. Don't bring in any snakes or anything like that. So, where did you find a calf? It just followed me home. That's not your donkey. Anyway.